Hi everyone, doing the weekly wrap this week from down at Freeway Ford in Cranbourne, one of our great sponsors down here, and I was proud to say we sold a car off the newsletter last week. Darren Vale bought a really nice car from down here, and they're a great bunch of guys. They give us a car every week to every few months to take around and to get your horses around safely. So I encourage, if you're in the market for a car, get down here. They'll do you a deal, and they've got some great deals going at the moment as well. So it'd be great if the Roll the Dice community could support them down here. Runner last week, we only had the one runner last weekend, Jana. She went round in the Golden Topaz. Well, it was a bit of a train wreck. It kind of, obviously King of Hastings won it, and it looked a little bit of a class above him, but we feel that she really wanted to let down, which she hadn't been doing over her last few starts, and we felt that with any kind of luck, she could have hammered home into the first 3 or 4 there, but unfortunately a couple of horses got in her way, and she wasn't able to let down. In saying all that, it did give us some confidence to say, well, we'll give her another crack. She was trying, and she did want to savage the line. So we'll look at sending her around at Flemington next Saturday, 1100 up the straight, where she had her listed win. Fingers crossed that she can put her best foot forward. It's the Leilani Series final series heat, and then there's a final that comes up a couple of weeks after that. So look forward to seeing what she can do, and just having a really nice clear crack at it with no excuses, and see what happens from there. So massive week for us this week. We've got 7, 8 runners coming up this week. We've got Crone goes round in the race we've set her for, the Dane Ripper. Looks to be a pretty strong edition of it this year. We didn't quite draw the barrier we wanted to draw, 13 out, so she's probably going to get a pair or two back further than what we'd probably hoped or what she did last start. But then in saying that, she meets a couple of horses better off at the weights. Her third up record's really good. She's, and Eagle Farm's going to suit her probably more than Doomben, and definitely more than the Gold Coast where she went round last time. You'll have that bigger track where she can really get out, and I think they fan a lot there more as well. So, she could be 4 or 5 lengths off at the top of the straight, which will give her a chance to run them down. There does look to be a genuine bit of tempo in it. Gay Waterhouse's horse will roll forward. Obviously, Tony Gollan's other horse will push up on the speed, and there's a bit more speed out wide. So the speed maps say it's going to be a fairly genuine run, 1400 metres. So that's going to be in our favour, and it'll give us a chance to hammer home. We'll really be watching the pattern of the day, because we get to the last race and seeing where they'll be. Jimmy Byrne obviously gave her a peach last start, so fingers crossed he can do the same thing again. Magna goes round the 1600 metre race at the Valley. He was super last start. He's going to go around at 40 or 50 to 1. He wouldn't be the worst place bet going around. He has to meet Sikorsky, I think it's called, again. I'd say it's probably a weaker 1600 metre race than what we saw at Caulfield last start. So that's something to look forward to. He'll probably come out from barrier 4, roll forward, and be somewhere in the first 4 or 5. He's in a really good place down at Kelvin's at the moment. He's bucking and kicking around like a 3-year-old. So fingers crossed he's got him going really well. The beach is a key to him. Then we've got RDD2, so Tassie Racing kicks off on Sunday, which is great. Adam Trinder down there has been through a fairly tumultuous time over the last 2 to 3 months, so he's jumping out of his skin to get back to racing. RDD2 goes round, and it's a perfect race for him. We want to see him improving off his run over here. We've got Ocean Essence will head round. He's had a bit of a let up and had a couple little injury issues. Seems to have got over those, so hopefully he puts his best forward. Elton Song, we want to see improvement for him. He's got a young kid on, very little experience, but he'll has to jump from a wide barrier. But all we want to see from him is him getting back and kind of savaging through the line, so he could be competitive. And the other one is Cam Patominus. It'll kick off a campaign. His work's been great down there. Adam's been really bullish about where he could get to this time around, so fingers crossed that he can run well. 1200's obviously not going to be very suitable for him, but smashing through the line will be a great result, and we can move forward and hopefully get some winners there. Defend, who's been missing out on runs all week, missed out on a run yesterday at Sale, missed out on a run today at Ballarat Syntho. I reckon it's worked out all right though, because we go to Cranbourne, we've got a run there. It'll be a Class 1 at Cranbourne, 1400. Fingers crossed. Obviously, he's come on a lot from his work. Mick Price hasn't missed him. He just needs racing now, so he'll run well there. He'll run really well. And then on Monday we've got Kal-El heads round at up this way, Pakenham. He'll go around in the maiden 1600. So a very similar race to where he ran second to and ran really well 2 weeks ago. So fingers crossed he can put his best foot forward there. So that's our runners. The best of them, I'd say, if you want to have a bet on them, I'd say Crone's the way to go. Have an each way bet on her. You know what you get with her. She's as genuine as they come. She'll be smashing home. She'll get out to probably 20 to 1, I reckon. They'll come for a few others. The one that's coming up from Sydney, they'll come for. So have a bit on her each way. News for us through the week. I don't know if you saw the articles. We've obviously got Gold Bracelet. We let you know about that a little bit earlier. She'll be over soon. We had a look at the Godolphin horses online at sale. They were just way too expensive for us. We had our eye on a couple, but we weren't even close. We were 20 and 30 and 40 grand under what we thought they were valued at. So well done to Godolphin. Their sale was really strong. We've got, I'm about to go tomorrow, going to pick up the new Ford Everest. I think I've got this time, and I'll get a video of it, but we're going to go and pick up Scottish Dancer. Really looking forward to getting him back into work. So he's going to get picked up tomorrow. I'll bring him back for, he'll have 4 to 6 weeks. I've just mapped out a little program with Mick Price yesterday. He'll have 4 to 6 weeks. We want to do a bit of concussion work with him at Bendigo, a little bit of water walking, a bit of swimming as well, and then we'll get him back into the Price stable, and we'll let everyone know the plans with him going forward. But I saw him 2.5, 3 weeks ago. He looked magnificent then. So once we get him back, he's got the winter coat. Get him working. I really want to see where he can get to this campaign. Our 3 fillies are getting picked up on Monday that we bought our Fox Wedge filly, lovely little filly we bought over in Tasmania, is coming in to do some work, so I might get some footage of her. We've also got really nice little Palantino filly that was bred, that we've bought. She's coming in, and we've also got our nice Manhattan Rain filly we bought at the Premier Sales will be coming back in, so we'll get some footage of them doing a bit of young education work, and I'll try and get that out on next week's newsletter so everyone can see it. Well done to Lee, the guru. He reckons he bounced back. I think he tipped one on the weekend, because I got about 500 text messages off him straight after the race to say that he's back, and make sure to give him a wrap. You know, he's not one that needs too big of a wrap, because he can get a bit of a bloated head about it. But we want to see him do it 2 or 3 weeks in a row. There's no good just being a one-hit wonder, Lee. So make sure you back it up this week. Outside of that, everything's ticking along well. There is some news around that the races are we're going to be, obviously the Spring Carnival staying where it is, but I reckon there's some announcements coming out in the next 2 or 3 weeks about being able to actually get back to the races as well. So I'm not sure how they're going to facilitate that or how it's going to work, but I reckon these country meetings, they'll be letting 100 people in, so there might be an opportunity for us to go and watch a few races at the country, which will be what it's all about, really. And I think there's a little bit of hope for the Spring Carnival that there's going to be a little bit more of a crowd there as well. So that's something else that we're really excited about as well. Things are starting to go back to normal in that respect. Outside of that, there's probably not too much more to report, as it was a fairly slow race week last week. Get down to Freeway Ford here. It's as I said, I'll give them another plug. They've done a great job with us, and Cam will be sitting there cheering home Crone on the weekend, and hopefully you can get some footage of him if she gets up, because he's in love with us. So good luck to all the owners this weekend. It's great to see that we've got 4 in Tassie, 1 in Brisbane, 1 in Melbourne, and two of the country meets. So that ends up, what's that, 4, 2, 6. So we've got 8 runners this week, so this weekend or through till Monday. So fingers crossed we can get a couple of winners, and hopefully Crone can salute in the Group 2 Dane Ripper. Thanks, guys.